everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
And today we are checking out Pathfinder Quest.
From Paizo.
Yes.
This game plays 1 to 4 players and has a box play time of 90 to 120 minutes. However, I guess the play time all depends on how much of an adventure you want to do in one sitting.
That's right.
Because this is a medium, light, cooperative, dungeon crawl, adventure type of board game.
Yeah.
Not necessarily dungeon crawl, but people who follow this stuff know what I'm talking about. You've got adventures that come up. You've got encounters and things to choose and monsters to kill. And,
yeah, because your choices that you make will definitely impact how your character grows and all that. So you will get to do a little bit of character building too. So very exciting.
Yep.
And like each adventure is broken up into like little sections, if you will. So you can there's good stopping points if you didn't want to play the full
save
adventure.
Points. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So before we even get started, let's thank Paizo for sponsoring this teach and playthrough, and for providing us this copy of Pathfinder Quest, pre-production copy. Everything's subject to change since it's still in prototype form, but they didn't give the game to us in exchange for this video. They gave it to us because they know we like to play all the games. So this game is so much easier to teach when you just play through it. And if you know me, I don't usually say that. I'm all about the rules first, right?
But they introduce the game in a good way of learning as you go.
They do such a good job.
We are going to do the same and play through as they showed us how to do it.
That's right. So I will say, for people who enjoy games like Gloomhaven, Tales from the Red Dragon Inn, not Red Dragon Inn, that's completely different. Fate Forge, games like that.
Or Pathfinder adventure card game.
Oh my goodness.
Which we love.
Yes, though this is a bit different from the
It is different.
The adventure card game. But if you enjoy games like those that I previously mentioned, this fits right along with those sort of games. And I would say it's probably about the same weight as a Tales from the Red Dragon Inn or Fate Forge. The adventures seem to be the same sort of length, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But all of these games do all of these mechanics in their own way. Everything feels similar and familiar, but all of these games, they don't just copy one another.
That's right. I wanted to point out that this is going to backer kit for those interested in backing it on September 16th. So we're doing it, we're a couple days early with this stream, so you are well prepared, well in good time. So definitely, if you like what you see, check out their backer kit campaign, because there's a lot of cool things planned for stretch goals and stuff, which we're not really going to talk about, but just so you know that they do have some plans.
Yeah, we actually have seen some of the stretch goals that they are considering putting out, and let me tell you, they've got some good stuff coming. So
by backing it, you help boost those numbers for them, and maybe more content can be added.
That's right. And you know what Jelfia's rule is? Don't wait, or it'll be too late. That's right. As soon as it goes live, you know what you should do. Just go right ahead and back it. Especially if you like any of those games that I mentioned, you're going to love this.
For sure.
We have a game group that we play with on the weekends, and we always have at least one campaign game that we go through at a time. This definitely on the list. So.
Oh, for sure. You do need four characters, so you could play it solo with all 4 characters, but just so you know, you will always be using 4 characters.
You will always be using 4 characters. So if you're playing with 3 people, you can do that no problem. One player plays 2 characters, and then the other 2 play 1 character each. Or you can basically share control of that 4th character.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you get. So we've got a whole lot of cards and materials and map boards and everything put away. The game is going to come with at least 5 miniatures standard. Everything else is going to have cardboard tokens like you see here.
These are characters that you guys are probably familiar with if you know the Pathfinder IP.
Exactly. However, there are also miniatures. And again, these are prototypes, so all of these are subject to change. But those look absolutely fantastic to me. I'm not sure if they will, I'm not sure how the bases are going to look, but these are the prototype miniatures that Paizo has sent to us. In addition to those 4 standard miniatures, there is also a 5th dragon miniature. And you see how small these miniatures are. They're standard mini size. Here's the dragon.
He's epic.
I mean, that is fantastic. Look at the level of detail.
You won't encounter him in the intro game.
You probably will not encounter him as level 1 characters. But
that's what we get to look forward to.
Absolutely. Look at that. The tail just snaking around. Fantastic.
Yeah. So super cool.
Yep. So just so you don't think that this is all you're gonna get, Steph, if you'll bring those over here, just tons and
these
tons.
These are all of the monsters that you get to punch, and that we have off to the side here.
Yes.
And they come with all of these character choices that are, could be generic characters, like just the ranger, or you get to make your own if you want. Like you can.
Right. Though the ranger is not in the standard group of characters.
Oh, that was just a random thing.
Mention that.
Okay, so
you can't just say random things, Steph.
Oh, I'm sorry. But they have all these things. You make your own. So
we can neither confirm nor deny which
Gotcha.
ones will be in the stretch goal content.
I see.
However,
these 4 for sure.
These 4 for sure. As you see here, we have already created characters for Kira the Cleric, Ezrin the Wizard, Mauricio the Rogue, and Valeros the Fighter. As you see that we've got 3 humans and an elf, though you are not constrained to just those classes. You could potentially be a dwarf, or as you see here, a specific dwarf. Like we have the specific human card for Kira up here. So you can decide, oh, I just want to take a standard dwarf ancestry, or one specifically designed to match these characters that you've probably, played or heard mention in any of the other Pathfinder games or the Pathfinder role-playing game. Or, if you wanted something with a halfling ancestry, you can do that. Whenever you're creating a character, you're going to start off with a level 1 character with one of the classes that the game comes with. Maybe cleric, wizard, rogue, wizard, or let's see here.
Fighter, my favorite.
Fighter is absolutely Steph's favorite.
I love to hit things.
And more are going to be available with stretch goals, depending on what gets unlocked. So, Splutty says, "Well, boo, no limb." There could be.
You never know.
You never know.
Hopefully it does well, because we all love Pathfinder, or those of us who love Pathfinder. So the more we support it, the more they'll give us. Right?
Exactly. So there's going to be different classes and ancestry and miniatures that could be unlocked with stretch goals. what we have here is a pre-production version of the deluxe edition. So if you want to know what we are playing, that would be what we're playing. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose your ancestry and your background. That might detail some of your character's backstory. You're going to take a portrait card and a matching pawn or miniature. You'll see that I've got our portrait cards. It says portrait on the back. However, you are, like I say, you are not constrained to using one of these pre-generated ones. You can basically create your own. For example, here is just an elf portrait that we've got.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at, that there's
yeah,
generic classes.
Yes, absolutely. Or let's see, we've got this elf here.
Pretty.
So, then you're going to choose your class. Select your class and then choose the level 1 side. Your characters will indeed level up as you do these adventures, which I love that. I love when you get more abilities, more spells, more weapons, more loot. You know what I'm saying?
It's what I expect when playing a Pathfinder anything.
Absolutely.
I want to level up.
Then you're going to get your starting cards. You're going to take some cards from the class deck, and sometimes you're going to have options of choosing between cards. For example, with the cleric, you're going to take specifically cards 1 and 3, but then you're going to take either card 2A or 2B, meaning my cleric, it might be different from the cleric that you create, which I think that's fantastic. And then item cards, take cards 3 and 6 for my cleric, which that's what I've got here. So, then you're going to record your character. So everyone has a character record, and this comes from the game. You can download copies for your adventure record and your character record, so you don't spoil the ones that you've got in your game. That's exactly what we did. We went ahead and made copies and took notes for our characters when we played our introductory scenario. So, how many adventures does this come with? Well, looking at this adventure record, you've got the introduction adventure, and it's not fair to say that there's just 8 adventures, because I see 1A, 1B, 2, 3, 4, 5A, 5B, 6A, 6B, 7, and 8. That's not exactly 8. So if I said 8 adventures, it's not exactly telling the whole story, because there's 12 spots here.
Hey, right? Obcost Games, thanks for that raid.
Hey, Obcost.
We are going over Pathfinder Quest, which is going to backer kit this Tuesday.
Right. So, what they tell you to do is to create those characters and then turn to page 2 of the adventure book, which is going to give you your first adventure. Now, the rest of the rule book is just a rules reference. But to be honest, I gotta say, the adventure book does a really good job of taking you through everything. So you've got a nice thick adventure book, and as you go through the adventures, you're gonna find challenges. For those of you who are familiar with like Tales of the Arabian Nights or Tales of the Arthurian Nights, some of the encounters are sort of like that, where they're going to read you something and then say, you need to, make a decision, or maybe roll some quest dice to try to figure out if you pass the test. So let's go ahead and get right to it and start our first introductory adventure, A Quiet Day in Falcon's Hollow. Falcon's Hollow is easy to miss. Most maps don't even include this small lumber town located in the northern wilderness of Andoran. Those who have heard of it likely know it for its high-quality lumber and long history of problems with kobolds. But such dangers are in the past. Today, the town is a frequent stopping point for merchants and travelers making their way from the nation of Isgir to the north and Andorran's capital of Almas, far away to the south. You have been in town for a few days now, getting some well-earned rest after recent adventures, but with the coin in your pocket starting to feel light, you will likely need to head out on another daring quest soon. It's early evening as the four of you sit in the tap room of Jackanapes, the town's only affordable inn, discussing your future adventures when a sudden commotion outside draws your attention. Perhaps adventure has found you.
Ooh.
So, what we are going to do is go ahead and turn to encounter 1, which is called Into the Night. Leaving your mill behind, you rush out of the tavern, only to see several horses panicking while tied to their hitch post. One has broken free, trampled a villager, and is now prancing nervously between stalls. Clearly, something has these horses spooked. Perhaps you can calm the horses, help the people, and get to the bottom of this mystery. Find map tile 1A, put it in the middle of the table, and place the characters on the indicated starting space. Again, you can use your miniatures or these cardboard standees. And it says to place the exploration tokens on the spots marked. Pretty easy. So, every time that there is an encounter, the book is going to tell you exactly what you need to do to prepare for the encounter. What enemy pawns to put out, what challenge tokens to put out, where the characters are. All of the spaces are enclosed by light lines. We can cross the light lines, but if there are any black lines or an edge of a tile, those are impassable. So, whenever we explore, we can spend time investigating the area by attempting challenges or using abilities or cards. Anything that requires you to spend time is going to be marked with an hourglass. So you can't just do every single option every single time, or else perhaps you'll run out of time to do something. So always keep that in mind. Whenever you spend one time, you're going to advance this time tracker, and every time we spend one time, each of the 4 characters gets a turn to attempt an exploration challenge. So one at a time, we're going to pick one character to attempt one exploration challenge that's still on the map, fully resolving it before the next character will take their turn. So we might be able to attempt a challenge more than once if the challenge is still available. For example, Mauricio can go over here and deal with exploration marker B, and then if she fails, Ezrin might come over to assist. So, in order to attempt the challenge, all you have to do is move the character to the same space on the map tile as that challenge token. You don't have to like spend a time to move here and a time to move here and a time to move here. All you do is run over to that spot. I mean, in actuality, it's not going to take you, it's going to take you far longer to resolve this challenge than it would be for you to walk across the street to where the horses are, for example. So, most challenges are going to have you roll a number of quest dice. For example, in challenge A, Wild Horses, you're going to need someone who can roll athletics to handle these bucking horses. So, the number of dice you're going to roll depends on the character's class or maybe some other cards you've got. For example, Valoros has 3 dice for his athletic rolls. So, if you want to roll a skill that's not on your card, anyone can make a test for anything. However, you're going to use whatever it says under other skills, as you see here.
And maybe that would be better off with someone else that has a better roll.
That's correct. So, anytime you roll one of these dots, that means that's that number of successes. And then you're going to use those dots to determine which entry in the challenge book to read. You'll notice that there are also skulls and stars on these dice. These are used for other things unless the challenge says to account for those in some way. Those don't count for you or against you in any way. So, the cool thing about this is that you can read all of the challenges before you even attempt the first one. The only thing you can't read
are the outcomes.
Is the stuff in the challenge book. You can read everything in the adventure book without even attempting the challenge.
Because you can kind of see what's happening in the square right now.
That's right. So, you can attempt them in any order, and you can spend as much time as you want. But spending a lot of time in some scenarios might cause you trouble later. So, each character has 2 abilities on their card that costs time. So, keep that in mind. Both abilities are detailed on your character card. It usually says recover and aid. Aid is super important because if you want to make sure someone can do a challenge, as you see, if the next character to act rolls a skill to attempt a challenge, they'll get to add 1 die to the roll.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So, and recover is used to remove damage. So let's talk about these exploration challenges. Wild horses. That's A. Several horses tied to a horizontal hitching post are bucking wildly, threatening to rip the post out of its frame and possibly send the awning above crashing down. If you grab hold of the reins, you might be able to restrain the horses and prevent such a calamity. A character can roll athletics or nature to try to restrain the horses and prevent them from pulling too hard on the post. So, you get to see exactly how many successes you need. 2 or more, you read 1 entry. 1, you read another. 0, you read yet a different entry. B, running scared. A single frightened horse bolts between shops and carts, knocking over goods and causing and scattering the panicking townsfolk. If you could jump atop the horse, you might be able to get it under control. A character can roll acrobatics to deftly mount the horse and get it to calm down. Steph is pointing at Mauricio because she knows that Mauricio is good at acrobatics. You'll need 3 or more to get one of the entries. C is injured villager. One of the villagers has taken a violent kick from the panicked horse and is sprawled out on the ground, wheezing and bleeding. You could try to tend to their wounds. A character can roll medicine to attempt to help the bleeding villager. I'm going to guess that's Kira.
Not over here.
And finally, so when we're doing these, you can basically start planning out, hey, this is what I think we ought to do, for example.
Yep.
And then we can always change it before we even start spending our time.
Right.
D, something's happening here. Something has clearly frightened the horses, but there's no apparent cause for this commotion. Perhaps if you look around, you might be able to figure out why this is happening. A character can roll perception to assess the situation. That's totally up Ezran's alley. So, each encounter will tell you how to proceed to the next encounter. And you usually don't have to complete all of these before just moving on to another encounter. So, once we agreed we've spent enough time on this encounter, we can move to encounter 2. However, if challenge token A is still present, we have to read a certain entry first.
Okay, so that
So I say we spend 1 time.
I think that's a good idea.
All right, advance our time.
Okay, this one. 9.
And we can do these in any order. Which order do you want to do this in, Steph?
Well, let's go with Valoros because that was A.
That sounds good. So, as I mentioned, you've got to deal with the horses. You are rolling athletics or nature.
If I roll athletics, I have a farmhand, so add 2 dice to my athletics. So I actually have 5.
Wow. Can I see that card? I can show that on the screen. So, all of these cards you can see, this is basically because he was a farmhand. Also, whenever he uses recover, he removes an extra damage. So that's even...
Yeah, that's really
that
good.
card is awesome for Valeros, is that not only can he recover the damage, he also gets this. Then you've got some flavor text on the bottom for those of you who love flavor text on cards.
There's a lot of that.
There's a lot. So you'll see I've got a lot of my flavor text covered up just to try to save room here so I can show you as much as possible.
All right, so I need a some number of something.
You need 2.
I think
that looks like a lot of successes.
It's like 5 plus a star.
So the star is nothing. So we're going to read entry 7. Speaking softly, you approach the horses and grab their reins. Your soothing presence seems to calm their agitated spirits. Moments later, the townsfolk approach and take the reins in hand, leading skittish horses off to a nearby stable. Remove the challenge token. That's awesome. Now, had you rolled 0...
You want a spoiler of that?
I am... This one...
This one. Okay.
I will spoiler.
Okay.
We have to read adventure number 10, which I will add if challenge token A was still present. This is what we would have read.
Okay.
In their panic, several of the agitated horses pull back simultaneously, bringing the awning down in a heap of broken timber and splintered wooden shingles. Anyone in this space takes 2 damage from the collapse as the frightened horses gallop into the night. So you would take some of these damage tokens and then place them on your character sheet.
Oh no. Oh, that's good then. I got it.
So, if you take damage equal to or greater than your hit points, you are going to become unconscious. You won't be able to take any turns in combat or attempt challenges until you regain at least 1 hit point. Ezra's only got 4. Valeros has 8. Most everyone is somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Record escaped horse and ruined awning on your adventure sheet and remove the challenge token. Now, the reason why we're writing these things down is because something will say, do you have escaped horse on your sheet? And then something different is going to happen.
That actually could be helpful later.
It could be helpful. That's probably not going to be helpful, but you never know.
We might be able to tame a horse in the wild randomly. Who knows?
Exactly.
We don't know.
We don't know. So let's go ahead and do B with Mauricio. Running scared, rolling acrobatics.
All right, my acrobatics is 3.
1, 2, 3. Do you have any special acrobatics?
I do not think I have.
No, you're a street urchin with thievery.
I have lots of thievery.
You have a lot of thief skills.
That's correct.
I was actually playing Mauricio, and this is what we were choosing.
I've still rolled 5, so.
5 is fantastic because you needed 3 or more. Let's read entry 9. In one deft movement, you leap upon the horse's powerfully muscled back and grasp its reins, firmly but calmly taking control. A stranger garbed in the hooded cloak of a forest ranger approaches, their face awash in admiration. He would have bucked most folks off by now, the stranger says with a warm smile. I am Nishiel Yadril, and I thank you for your kind treatment of my beloved mount. Record helped Nishiel Yadril and remove the challenge token. All right.
I'll write that down.
Kira is over by the wounded villager rolling medicine. She has 3 medicine rolls. I am looking quickly because I am unfamiliar with what... Because I was playing Mauricio when we were...
no, this was Susan, I thought.
No, Susan was Kira. I was Mauricio.
Sorry, I stole your character.
No, that's fine. I believe it's just 3 dice I've got. I've got to get 2.
That was 5.
I did get 5.
Wow, wasting all our good rolls on these.
I know, right? You tie a spare rag around the villager's wound and have them apply pressure to stop the bleeding. They thank you profusely as you supply them with a poultice and give them advice for keeping the wound clean as it heals. Record mended wounds and remove the challenge token. Hey, Ezrin is going to look at D, rolling perception. Ezrin has 3 perception, and it doesn't look like there's anything extra he can do. 2 dice to diplomacy, 2 dice to religion. Here we go. He needed 3. He got 2.
Uh-oh.
1 or 2, entry 32.
Uh-oh.
The horses of Falcon's Hollow are accustomed to the strange sounds of the Dark Moon Vale and shouldn't scare easily, so there must be some unseen danger at hand, but you can't make out anything in the darkness of night surrounding the town. If you attempt this challenge again, add 1 to your result for that attempt. Do not remove the exploration token. You could spend another time to give all characters another turn. Probably not worth it, I would say.
Okay.
To spend another time.
Okay.
So, because we're not sure what that's going to do to us or against us. So, that's the risk reward you've got to take. Do you want to advance the time and try this again? Maybe with somebody aiding. Plus, you're getting an extra +1 anyway, in case you really mess up the roll. Or do we leave the exploration token and just not know what's coming?
We could do that if we spent. I would say if people were damaged, I'd be more likely just to say spend the time.
Agreed.
So we could actually
so
heal
we
some
could
people.
recover.
But since nobody's damaged yet, I would just say let's just.
I agree completely. So we move on to encounter 2. What at first might have been mistaken for rustling leaves blown by the faint wind quickly grows into an approaching den of clattering bones. Townsfolk flee in panic at the source of the sound. A group of shambling skeletons emerges from the darkness and marches into the square, drawn by light noise and living flesh. These undead abominations march toward you, dragging rusty blades and crooked bones in their bony hands. Remove any remaining challenge tokens from the previous encounter. Leave the characters in the spaces they occupied. So, that's where we've got it. In this encounter, we're going to place 2 skeleton guards. Enemy card 5 with pawns 5A and 5B.
Where did they go?
We're going to place them in the space marked E1 up with Valoros.
Oh,
2 skeleton archers in the space marked E2 up with Ezrin. So, I need to find enemy cards 4 and 5. So there's a skeleton archer and a skeleton guard. You'll notice along the outsides of these cards, you will notice that there are spots to track damage for A, C, E, B, D, and F. And you might wonder, well, why do you have these not A, B, C, D, E, F? Well, that's because whenever we are dealing with initiative, which are these white cards here, on the other side, you'll see there's a spot for enemies B, D, and F, and there's also one for A, C, and E. You're also going to have one of these cards for each of your characters.
I'm going to swap these around because these guys are on this side.
Sure. And I'm also going to offset them a little bit so we can put the damage tokens on the sides there. So what letters do we have on these?
We have A and B for both of them.
Oh, okay.
That's what you told me.
Oh, yes, I did. Pawns 5A and 5B, yes. Also place the 2 combat challenge tokens as shown. If you saw the undead during the previous encounter, you managed to cry out a word of warning, giving everyone a chance to prepare, in which case you can place each character in any space, including a space with the undead. Did we get saw the undead?
No.
I think that might be what happened if
D.
we had correctly perceived D.
That's correct.
Ezrin did not. So that's on Ezrin.
But you know what? I'm where I want to be with these guys.
Yeah.
I want to fight them.
It'll be fun.
I'm a fighter.
You're a fighter, not a... Oh, wait. So they have to stay where they are because we did not. So this is our first combat. The first thing we do is advance the time tracker by 1. That's 1 for the entire combat, regardless of how long the combat lasts.
That's pretty cool.
Yes. This does not count as us spending time. So if there's something that we'd like to do that requires spending time, like recover, we can't do that. So this is not the group's time. This is combat time.
And this is like you said, familiar with other like systems where
Absolutely.
there's like the fight scene where you can't do anything else,
Right.
and then there's the off fight scene where
Exactly.
you're doing other things.
Exactly. So we're gonna do combat in rounds. Each character and each enemy will get a turn. So the turn order is determined by shuffling the initiative cards up, and we're going to deal these into a face-up row. Once the cards are dealt, they will not change during the entire combat. So, taking a turn in combat is differently than resolving challenges. Moving and attacking and using abilities or your class cards or your items is going to require that you use some number of actions. For example, you see this scimitar has this little symbol right here. This little symbol is an action. Everyone is going to get 3 actions on their turn, and once you've used these, you can flip them over to the used action side to help you keep track. You'll notice that some of these require multiple actions.
Gotta be a pretty good ability.
Well, some of them take 3 actions. For example, heal. It says it's a spell. I can use this 4 times per adventure.
Wow.
3 actions: remove damage from all characters and enemies in range except undead, and deal damage to all undead enemies in range. At level 1, I'm only healing and doing 1 damage throughout.
I wouldn't use that if you can only use it that many times per
4 times per adventure.
Oh, adventure. Okay, I was thinking like the whole like game.
No.
But okay, yeah, then that's fine.
Yeah, so in this the introductory adventure is its own thing. Adventure 1A and 1B, I think, is adventure 1.
I agree.
So 4 times per adventure, maybe I do it if we start taking little bits and pieces of damage.
Sure.
And I want to do 1 damage to everything. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So it takes 1 action to move from 1 space to an adjacent space. Remember, you can only go over the light colored lines. You cannot move from 1 space to another if something is just connected by a corner, meaning diagonally across just a point. So, fortunately, none of these maps are like that. So there's always, as long as there is some portion of an edge, you can move from 1 area to an adjacent area with 1 action. An attack generally takes 1 action. Each class level card lists the number of dice for your weapon and spell attack. For example, let's look at Kira. Her first weapon attack in a round, she is going to get 2 dice. But if she does another weapon attack in that same round, she's going to get 1 die, and a third 1 die. And if somehow she has managed to get a 4th action somehow, it's again 1 die each time. So spell attack is going to be 3 dice, 2 dice, 1 die.
Sounds better.
Yes. Well, that's more what she is. Valorous, what's Valorous is 3, 2, 1, correct?
Yep.
So to attack, you just choose an enemy and spend the number of actions, like 1 action for the fighter's longsword, 2 actions for the divine lance. So it's things you got to think about. some things, some attacks have a range. If you can attack an enemy in range 2, that means in the spot where you are and up to 2 away. So a range 2 for Ezran would be anywhere on this map.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a small board.
No matter how you count it, 1, 2. Now, for those of you who are familiar with other systems, there's a lot of rules that say, oh, if you're up close, it's going to be at disadvantage, or this, that, or the other thing. None of that for this.
Yeah, this is more streamlined.
I could attack these archers just as well as attacking these that would be in Valeros's space, for example.
I got this.
So, when you count range, count though as though you were moving through the spaces, but ignoring penalties for movement. For example, if this were difficult terrain, it wouldn't matter. It's just 1, 2 spaces away. So, as soon as an enemy's taking damage equal to or greater than their hit points, look, this has 6 and 6 for these. Should not be that difficult. So, as long as you are able to draw a straight line from your space to the target space without crossing any thick black lines or an empty space between map tiles, then you can attack. Now, let's say that this spot where B is, we're like cut out, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure I'd be able to go across. Maybe I could go diagonally across that way, but let's say that it was just like one line straight across to where I could not, like, or let's say this entire area were cut out. I cannot attack across the gap like that.
Got it.
So, you can use any of your items that require some kind of actions to be used, but not time spent. You can't use those. So, whenever the enemy gets their turn, the enemies are going to take their turns in the order shown on the card, like the enemy card that says ACE. You're going to do the enemy's A, then enemy C, then enemy E. And you're going to do these actions in the order shown on the action list. For example, look, you'll start at the top. Ooh, this is last action only, so that one's not going to count. So, the next line is attack a character in range 1, meaning 1 or 0. So, if it's possible to take that action, the enemy will take that action. And if there are multiple equivalent possibilities, we get to choose one.
So that could be Merciel or Ezran, right?
Yes. So if an enemy's action is to move toward the nearest character and there are multiple characters equally nearby, we can choose which to move. So, and we're going to keep going until there is a possible action. Starting at the top of the list for each action. And obviously, if you have unconscious characters, enemies will ignore unconscious ones. So, when an enemy attacks, we're going to roll dice equal to the enemy attacks, depending on the first, second, or third attack, just like characters do. So, enemies have abilities that trigger on the skulls. So anytime you roll a skull, be sure to check out what is on the enemy's card. So there's also these combat challenges. These are like those exploration challenges, but they don't require you to spend time. They do require you to spend actions or roll a skill during their turn in combat. So just like the exploration ones, you can read through all those challenges before you decide whether or not to attempt them. Some encounters have exploration challenges that appear after combat. Do not read those until after the combat is over. So, what are our combat challenges? Well, we have a cloaked ranger. Despite being better equipped for combat than the average villager, struggles desperately against a skeleton that has them pinned against a wall. You could help by using a variety of skills. You can roll acrobatics, athletics, or stealth to help the ranger.
I'm good at all these things.
Which one, Mauricio?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and Mauricio is nearby. B is bring down the house. Did we record ruined awning? No, that was the spoiler that I gave. Right?
Yep.
If we recorded ruined awning, we remove B completely. So, you notice that the awning on a nearby shop has been weakened by the horse's stampede earlier. You might be able to bring it down atop the undead with a well-placed push. A character can roll athletics or perception to bring the awning down on the undead in this space.
They have to get there first. So
Yes.
We'll see about that.
So, reading on, it says, after defeating the skeleton's weight, I'm not going to read any more because I don't think we should know anything more that's going to happen. So, put this over to the side and we will do this combat. So, let's take a look and see what we can expect from these guards and whatnot.
Yeah, what's the turn order?
The turn order is Wizard. Wizard going first. Look at that. Cleric. BDF enemies, Rogue, ACE, and Fighter. Now, if I remember correctly, Mauricio has an ability.
She does. I can swap positions, so I can either go after the enemies or before. I can swap one card.
She can jump one space, backwards or forwards.
I got. Well, because she was gonna consider going over to A anyway, so I'm not sure it really matters. But let's go before the enemies, just in case.
Well, you might be able to take those enemies out before they cause damage.
Yeah, because we're gonna go through this a few times, probably. Right.
Mauricio, is all of her stuff ranged or melee?
Range 1.
Range 1 is good.
Yeah, I do have something for range 1.
Well, that sounds good. All right. Well, we're starting with Ezrin. Ezrin has, let's see here, a telekinetic projectile spell. 2 actions, roll a spell attack against an enemy in range 1 and deal, 1 damage. Boo. If you hit, you can spend any number of stars to deal 1 extra damage each. I've got a force barrage for 2 actions, deal 1 damage 2 times, split among up to 2 enemies within range 3, or for 3 actions, I do it 3 times, split among up to 3 enemies. So I can do 3 to 1 or 1 to 3 different ones. Arcane Bond, once per adventure, I can use a spell that I've already used that requires the normal amount of actions for the spell. So because this force barrage is once per combat. Once per adventure I can do this. Again, perhaps. Hydraulic Push is a spell that takes 2 actions. Roll a spell attack against an enemy at range 2. Deal cold damage as shown for your level, which is 2. You can also move the target into an adjacent space. Maybe I bring them over, bring one of them over, and someone comes up and brings the stuff down onto them. But let's take a look here. The skeleton guards will attack a character in the space, but if there's no one in the space, they'll move toward the character, so they'll just go right out, unless perhaps Kira stays in that space with the skeleton guard. The skeleton archer, it's going to attack a character in range 1. If there's no character within range 1, move toward the nearest character. On the last action only, if it's in a space with a character, it will move to an adjacent space with no characters. That might be good to put them in zone.
Sounds good.
Zone B.
Yeah, I think we want to put them there.
But that's after they've attacked.
Okay.
So we have to think about that.
Sure.
So, let's see here. Staff, roll a weapon attack against an enemy in your space. It deals 1 damage. But I've got weapon attack of 1, 1, and 1. So I'm rolling 1 die. Doesn't seem great. With these weapon attacks, oh, compare the number of successes whenever we are doing these attacks. When I roll a die, let's say I roll 1 success on my pitiful staff here, I'm going to compare this to the skeleton's weapon defense or spell defense. If my result is equal to or greater, I hit. If it is less than, I miss. So I would need to roll at least 2 dots to be able to hit with either a weapon or a spell on the skeleton guard. So,
yeah, but you're only going to deal 1 damage, right?
1 damage with the staff.
Yeah.
1 damage with the projectile. Could be, up to 3 damage with the force barrage.
That's a lot.
But it takes all 3 actions.
Right, okay.
So, it's once per combat, so I might as well give this a shot. Deal damage as shown for your level 3 times, split up to 3 enemies within range 3. Up to 3 enemies, I don't have to split it at all if I don't want to. No, I mean,
might as well take someone out if you can.
That's right. Closer. So I'm going to roll my 3 dice for Ezrin.
Wow.
Wow, that is pretty bad.
Do you have a star ability for him?
So when you say for him, it says when you roll a spell attack, you can spend 1 star to deal 1 damage to an enemy in the target space. So I did roll the spell attack. I can spend the star, but this is definitely not going to hit. So I'm going to deal 1 damage to an enemy in my space. I'm going to do the one on B because it's going to activate like slightly before. It's not going to be a lot anyway. Okay. Well, that was horrible. That was all 3 actions for Ezrin.
Yeah.
That's not good. Time for Kira, the cleric. She has healing touch. Remove 1 damage from a character in her space. When she rolls a spell attack, she can spend a star to remove a damage from a character in her space. She has lots of healing. She has Bane. Choose an enemy in your space until the end of combat. You can spend any number of stars in their attack rolls to remove 1 success each. So 1 specific enemy. She has a scimitar. Roll a weapon attack and against an enemy in your space, and the weapon deals 1 damage. You were coming over here, if I remember correctly. Mercia,
I was,
yes?
yeah. I was going to.
Sounds good. I was just looking at this. There is a hurtling stone spell. Roll a spell attack against an enemy in range 2 and deal damage per the level. Unfortunately, it's 1. But if I hit, I can move them into an adjacent space. Here's the problem with that, though. As soon as I move them out of the space, he's just going to move right back.
I know, but if you do, I get to roll against him.
Oh. Tell them about your reactive strike.
So when an enemy in my space would either roll an attack within range 1 or higher, or move out of my space for any reason, I can roll a weapon attack against it.
Well, that sounds great.
So moving him out of my space with Valoros is not a bad idea.
So let's go ahead and do the hurtling stone. Oh, the divine lance. Roll a spell attack against an enemy in range 1. The stars do 1 extra damage each. So hurtling stone is 2. What am I going to do with the 3rd one? Maybe move?
Because it takes an action to move.
That takes an action to move one space. Yeah, hurtling stone. It only does 1 damage. I might as well take. No, I'm going after the skeleton guards there. So I'll go after.
Which one? Or do you have to.
B.
B. Wow.
Plenty.
So many.
No stars or anything, but it does do a damage, and he moves into the adjacent space. Which one is B?
Green.
All right, knock him in there.
They are color coded, which is nice.
And then?
All right, so she's gonna move over here.
Nope.
No.
Valorous. Reactive strike.
Oh yeah.
You did mention that, yes.
So, because it's my first attack this round, I get 3 dice on with my weapon attack.
Sounds good. Looks like 3 with 2 skulls, which the 2 skulls means nothing. But the 3 is above 2.
So it's just 1 damage.
All right, so another damage to the same guy.
Yep.
All right. That is 2 for Kira. She does get a 3rd. Well, she doesn't have anyone near. She's going to move into Mauriciel's, into where Mauriciel is going to be anyway.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And that way she can maybe heal next time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it's time for the rogue.
Okay, she's going to move in.
1.
And do a stealth attack on this combat A test.
Stealth attack?
Or stealth
Oh,
check.
Stealth check. And that is, turning back the page to that, you need 2 or more, let's see. 2 or more if you have helped Nishiel Yadro recorded, read a certain entry.
Well, we have.
And we do, so
Yeah.
that's good. How many dice?
4.
Nice. You only need 2.
So I have 3 here, and then add 1 to my stealth and thievery rolls.
That sounds great.
Oh!
Whoa, Steph!
Okay.
Wow. Ba-dum.
Can I try it again?
It depends. What's on the challenge book?
Oh no.
Wow, that was a great roll there.
It was not great.
You don't quite pull off what you'd hope to, but the ranger manages to push off the undead and dispatch it quickly. The hooded woodland explorer pushes past you, mumbling a curt word of thanks.
Thanks.
And that's all you get is nothing.
That's too bad. I had 4 dice.
And that is 1 action.
Okay, so I still have 1 more action.
Yes, you
so
do.
I can, once per combat, deal damage to an enemy within range 1.
Deal 1 damage.
And just use my dagger and go.
Yeah, you're throwing it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so you can turn it over to help keep track that you've, turn it. Oh, there you go.
I like to know what I have, so.
Okay, but you've used it.
Yeah.
All right, so 1 damage. Which one?
Let's just add it to B.
And then got it. All right, now they attack. We're gonna go down the list for these. So, all of the B's will go. What order is this? Just to make sure. If there's, let's see. If there's more than 1 enemy, just decide as a group which of these enemies takes its turn first. So let's just do the guard. Attack a character in this space. No, this is B. He's not in your space. He moves toward you.
Okay.
1 action. Second action, attack a character in this space. 3 dice for this skeleton guard.
Against me.
That is 4 attack. What is your defense?
I have 3, and I can remove 1 success from an attack made against me, but that wouldn't help.
That would not help it.
So
1 damage.
But I have once per round reduced damage I would take from attack by 1.
Okay, once per round. This is a round.
Right, so
that one's
block.
Done for the round. So you have blocked that one. Third. He's doing his second attack. 2 and a skull. The skull means if this attack hits, which it does not, deal 1 damage to a different character in this space. Now, 2 hits most everyone at this table, but not Valorous.
I have 3 shields.
Yes, exactly. So, Archer B, attack a character in range 1.
Let's attack you.
Let's attack Kira.
No, yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Because then I can protect her.
That's right. So, that's 2. And a skull for this skull. If this hits, deal 1 damage to a character in an adjacent space. Now, Ezrin's the only character in an adjacent space. So, ouch. Plunk, plunk.
So I can protect the one she's taking right now.
You can protect what? Where what?
I can. So once before my next turn, reduce damage dealt to a character in my space by 1.
So you have healed Kira a little bit.
I've used this ability now.
All right. Once per what?
It says once per turn before my next turn.
Oh, okay.
So I can't protect you from the next enemy's attack.
Right.
But...
The second one is going to be attack character range 1.
Oof.
3 and skull again. Well, Ezrin.
It could be. It's still attacking you.
The piercing shot still gets someone in an adjacent space. Adjacent. So it says in an adjacent space. It is unclear if it's an adjacent space to the target or. It could be one. Right? It could be Mauricio and Kira, but there's no one adjacent to Kira but this one. So it's hard to know what they mean by adjacent space. In any case, it's not good for good old Ezrin. And then the third one is going to be last action only if in a space with the character, move out.
Okay. Wow.
All right, and then. We're gonna do ACE. So skeleton guard, attack a character in this space. 1 with skull is nothing.
No.
4 is absolutely something. 1 damage.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I already used my once.
Yes, you did. And then 3.
I can kill one of those successes. So.
Was that every time?
It's once per turn, but I didn't get to use it last time. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'll use it now.
This is the best time to use it for sure.
I'll roll the next guys because you obviously don't know how to roll for those.
I do know how to roll. I'm rolling archers. Really good for the skeletons.
Yes, you are.
All right, skeleton archer attacking Kira again, or Mauricio this time.
Mauricio,
okay, Mauricio.
Fine.
That's 2.
Boo.
That does hit Mauricio, unless she has some way to protect it.
Nope. And then I roll 2.
Yep. And then she moves out. Oh my goodness.
Not good.
And moves out. Now Valorous.
Hey Joe, sorry we missed you.
Hey Joe.
But yeah, you helped co-design it. That's awesome.
Awesome. Stephanie?
Yeah, 1 die.
Valorous. Don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I thought I was rolling.
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm gonna fight. What does it look like? You have all of my dice though.
I'm just hearing a lot of.
I'm saying hi to the designer, co-designer. Okay, so roll a weapon attack against the enemy.
This Joe.
Yeah.
Joe Passini.
Joel Deltman.
You've outed him, Steph.
Okay, so I'm rolling a weapon against...
Joe, I have a question. With the piercing shot, if this attack hits, deal 1 damage to a character in an adjacent space. Adjacent to the target or the archer.
Yeah, that's the one thing we were just talking about. All right. Should I just keep
Shelby
going
is ready for the game. Sure. Great question. It's meant to be adjacent to the target. So, Joe, this is what we did. Skeleton was here shooting at Kira. The only character in an adjacent space to Kira is Ezrin. So Ezrin gets hit, pow, with that piercing shot. Not once, but twice by that lucky archer.
He already made a note. That's why we're here.
It's the magic boomerang arrow. Joe, we're here to show this off in the best possible light, and let me tell you, I love it.
I'm gonna go for this guy B.
All right, go for this guy B. That looks so. The person who doesn't know how to roll is Steph.
All right, well, I can deal 1 damage to him when I roll a star.
All right, what does it say?
Once per turn, I can, when I roll a star, deal 1 damage. So.
All right, that's against 2.
I guess I'm
B.
doing that. Yes. I'm rolling again.
Do you have anything that moves him into the spot with B?
No.
Okay.
I can't do the star again.
Wow.
So that was a fail.
And 3.
I'm the best fighter, guys. I am the I'm the best fighter. Needed to roll 2 on 4 dice and got 1 and 3 skulls.
Wow.
Now can't roll any hits.
Joe said, did we send you the anti-loaded dice accidentally?
I mean, just what I rolled.
Wow.
We're also playing a different campaign game, and we always let James handle the rolls because he's really good.
That's the end of the round. We start over with the beginning of the round again. Back to Ezrin.
So I get all my once per rounds again back.
Yep. So,
okay.
looking at that challenge B, who is going to do it? It's an athletics or perception. Ezrin is perceptive.
So is Marciel, but obviously she
Which one did I do? I did this force barrage, did I not?
Yeah. She like scared the other encounter away.
Yeah,
so, I don't know. Probably don't trust me.
I do trust you. I can move one of these into that space.
And then I can
with
roll.
a hydraulic push.
Yeah, do it.
But that's 2 actions. I can't go 3 and 4, bring that down.
Well, then I can bring it down, maybe.
Well, that's what I was. It's got to be one of these 2, because otherwise they're going to start moving. So
yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I'll try. Good luck, me.
Good luck, you. So Ezrin is going to do the push. Yes.
Yeah,
and
sure.
it's going to
push B.
Push. Actually, not sure pushing B is the best idea.
True.
Push the undamaged one.
Yeah, sure.
Because if I do damage to him and push him out, and then you do damage to him, he might be dead.
Right.
So A. That's 2.
Okay, good.
Remember, he's got 2. So that's 2 damage. And move him to an adjacent space.
So I get to roll an attack.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. There's your dice. If you know how to roll.
Oh.
Yes, you actually got it this time. How much damage? 1?
Yeah. I also forgot I sort of cheated on my turn because I already rolled during that round, so I should not have rolled 3 the first time.
Already.
Because it's attack per round.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to
you
be
should
his
have
turn,
been 2-1-1, not 3-2-1.
So technically I cheated, but technically I lost all of them anyway.
I mean, yeah, you can't hit worth anything.
So we'll just say the star was the one thing I did. That was fine.
Sure.
Cause that was like I forgot I did roll. So only 2 dice with him coming my first turn.
Got you. So Hydraulic push once per combat. Force bolt once per turn. Deal 1 damage to an enemy. Oh wait, I didn't do this last time. Deal 1 damage to an enemy in range 1. It's once per turn.
Oh yeah. Well,
I should have done that before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
We got a lot of cool abilities. It's kind of sometimes hard to keep track when playing.
Mm-hmm. But that's fine.
Yep.
And I've still got an action coming. I've still got an action coming. With one action, there's not a lot I can do. So, in order to do aid, if the next character to act rolls a skill to attempt a challenge, they add 1 die to the roll. However, does that count if I'm not in your actual space?
But I thought it could only be during the challenges, not like...
I think you might be right. Yeah, that's not a...
It's
no,
not
that's
during
not
combat.
That's not combat. You are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct. I don't have anything that takes 1 die. So I think I just may move him over here.
Okay.
And that's Ezra. Mauricio.
Alright, I'm going to spend 2 movement to get up to the awning.
And you're going to take it down. 3. You need 3 or more.
For what stats?
Athletics and perception.
Okay, so perception then.
Perception is 3?
Yeah. Sadly. Why can't Valoros ever go first? Like, when we played the first time, he was going last again. Well. Maybe because they know but I can't roll.
Woo! That's 3 plus 1 is 4.
Did it.
35.
Bring it down the house.
The attack dice are per turn rather than per round. Well, so she did it on the... It was, I think, the cleric made somebody move out.
Right.
And then you rolled 3.
Yeah.
So when the fighter comes up, it's back to 3?
It's back to 3 because each individual card is a turn, maybe.
That's interesting. I thought it was per round.
It does say turn, so...
Okay, well then that's fine.
Then I didn't cheat.
You didn't cheat.
And it's kind of hard to remember that, so I'm happy I didn't cheat.
Yeah. It's not hard to remember if you don't have to remember, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I like that. I like that it's not what I thought it was.
With a deft push at just the right place and time, you bring the awning crashing down in a heap of broken rafters and wooden shingles. Deal 2 damage to all enemies in this space.
And they can't.
Unfortunately, they're not dead.
No, but give me another turn.
Yeah, unfortunately. Almost dead, and almost dead.
Okay, we're getting there.
I wish it was all the way dead.
I know.
He's mostly dead.
Mostly dead.
All right. On to BDF. Starting with the guard. Attack a character in this space. Oh my god.
Why can't I roll like this? This is ridiculous.
1 damage.
I can block that.
Yeah, you're gonna block that?
Yeah.
All right, there's that. And then
sure.
2 dice. That's a miss and 1 die.
Well, even if it had the skull.
If it hits, deal 1 damage, and then the third one is nothing. A fail.
Okay, great.
And that is B. Going on to B Archer.
He's in there.
B Archer, shooting 1 within ranged 1. I think Mauricio has more than Ezrin.
yeah, no, that's fine.
And 2 and skull. It's that boomerang arrow again. Valoros takes 1. Mauricio takes 1.
I guess you probably should have targeted Valoros because he has more shields. But
oh yeah, let's do that. It's within range 1. No, you're right. So that doesn't hit.
Yeah, it wouldn't hit because I'm like, because he can also remove a success.
That's advanced tactics.
Yeah.
And another one within range 1, also Valoros. Oops, only 2 dice. I'll re-roll that. That is a hit, but it's not a boomerang arrow.
Okay.
And number 3. Oh, no, wait. He's in a spot where the character moves out. That
this
is...
one.
Yes, thank
Where
you.
would he go?
Where there is not one, that's the only option.
Okay.
Then we've got Guard A. Attack a character in this space. Attacking Mauricio, I guess. No choice. That's a hit and a hit. Deal 1 damage to a different character in this space. There is no other character in that space.
So once before my next turn, reduce damage dealt to a character in my space. Can that be me?
You are a character in your space.
Okay. Choose me.
Choose you. Second, another hit.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. And then moves. No, does not move out. Does not hit. Archer. Attacking character within range 1. Valoros. That's a big miss.
Yeah.
Also a miss. Part 3, the miss. Valoros.
All right, great. Perfect.
Good call, says Joe.
All right, I'm going to roll 3 dice and try and
You can do this, Valoros.
kill this dude.
That's 4 successes.
Yeah, it was that.
That is a hit. Is that Skeleton Guard B?
Yep.
That's a dead Skeleton Guard.
Bye. And then I guess I'm going to
Sudden charge.
do the sudden charge.
And how often
It's
is
2
that?
actions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to move up to 3 spaces.
1.
If you move at least 1 space and stop in a space with an enemy, you can roll a weapon attack against it and add 1 success to the roll.
Oh, wait a second. That archer should have moved out.
Would have gone with the other one. Well, should I keep going 1 more space?
No, wait a second. This archer...
Yeah. He was shooting me. And you missed all of it.
No, I might have not put the damage correctly.
There should be at least 2 on
There should be 2 on that one, but not any on another one. How did we mess
because
this up?
These 2 are here.
Oh, I put it on skeleton. I put it on the skeleton guard over here. He should have.
So he's not dead.
He's not dead.
Oh.
Yeah, I put it on the wrong one. It was 3. Now it's 4.
Okay.
All right, backity back. Yeah, I put that on the wrong dude. I did it to 2 on the ones that had damage, and was not correct.
I think I'll still do the action of moving.
And going through and getting the archer.
Yeah.
The
I'll just come
which
over
one?
Here.
You could do the undamaged one if you wanted to. How much damage you do with this?
It's add a success to the roll.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can almost guarantee you killed this one.
Yeah, we want to do that, or do we want to add more to that guy?
Well, you're adding a success to the roll. You're not adding damage.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Still 1 damage, yes.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
Sure.
Well, you didn't need the
That's
success.
2 damage, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine, because that is indeed B is dead. This is B?
Yeah.
All right,
we're the other one, and I got 1 more. Oh no, that was 2.
That was 2.
Yep.
Back to the wizard. Back to the wizard. Roll a spell attack against an enemy and range 1. Deal 1 whopping damage.
Oh, the star can be used on the other archer. When you roll a weapon attack, you can spend 1 star to deal 1 damage to an enemy in my space.
To an enemy in your space.
So yes, I will do that for sure.
Joe with the assist.
With the knowledge, thank you.
All right, enemy in range 1. I'm gonna do it. It's only gonna be 1 damage. I guess let's finish off the skeleton guard farthest. Put it in the one in Mauricio's space. No, because then Mauricio's got to move up. Do it to the guard over here.
2.
That's 2. That's all. That's what I needed. So that skeleton guard is at 5. Force bolt 6.
This is now gone. This B.
Oh yeah.
We brought down the house.
We brought down the house. And he really doesn't have anything else he could do. Kira.
No, I like that you're backseat driving because.
Oh no, you should totally backseat for sure.
It can be a lot, especially for me who has a lot of cards in front of them.
4 times per adventure, remove damage from all characters and enemies in range and deal damage to all undead in range. I mean, this will heal everybody 1.
I mean, we all got damage, so.
We all got damage.
If we do heal, I won't complain.
Well, here's the thing, though. There's only 2 creatures. There's only 2. I should have force bolted this one and then 1 to everything. But I didn't.
How do we level up our skeletons?
What do you mean? How do you level them up?
Spletty wants to know.
Okay, so this says level 1 skeleton archer. Oh, we've done that before, Joe.
Retcon.
Okay, here's the retcon. 1 here. He's still here. Boom, heal. Removing damage from all characters. I don't think we don't have successes. It's just boom. I assume that's the case. So 1 damage to each. Dead, dead, almost dead. Skeleton guard dead. Skeleton guard dead.
He dead.
Auto boom. 1, 1, 1, 1.
Yay!
Yay!
I don't know how auto boom kills everybody, but then like heals us. No, I mean I get it, but I don't get it.
The undead are unalive.
So it's healing, but then they die
because they are alive by like negative life force, right? If I heal, that hurts them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe's right. The undead hate that vitality energy. That's exactly it. Mauricio, last chance for 1 damage here.
Okay, let's do it.
Well, I'm waiting on you.
I need dice. You're hoarding all the. He's literally holding all of the dice.
I have half the dice now. 3.
3 and
what
a
are you
star.
doing?
I'm attacking him.
Range 1?
No, I had to move. You're right.
So you move.
Yeah.
You got to do all the things.
I was thinking I had the range, but I don't have the range. I had to move first.
All right, move and boom.
And then hit him.
Hey, he's dead.
That's my star. When I roll a weapon, you can spend 1 star to move 1 space at the end of your turn. Oh.
You can do that. You
That's
want it?
pretty good. Yeah, sure. I'll go back to here.
All right. After defeating the skeleton, just as the last skeleton falls, a loud, dull.
I want to point out that we don't do any more actions.
Oh yeah, that's important because when the last enemy falls, we do not continue the turn structure, because let's say that Kira had an ability to heal or something, and we're not yet done with the enemies, and she goes over here.
Yeah.
We do not continue to her turn so that she can heal everybody.
Right.
It immediately stops as soon as we defeat that last skeleton.
Yeah, even if Valeros had a really cool action to do without fighting.
That's correct. Now, as I was saying, just as the last skeleton falls, a loud, dull moan announces the arrival of a new foe. A hulking, humanoid mound of rotting flesh that smells even more disgusting than it looks. Add a dread zombie, pawn 11A.
No!
Card 11. So all you do is find enemy card 11, flip it over, boop, dread zombie. Oh no, we're level 1 characters. This is a level 2 dread zombie with 9 hit points. It's going to, if it can, attack a character in this space for 2 actions. For 1 action, it could move a character in an adjacent space into this space. For 1 action, it could move toward the nearest character. And if it rolls a skull, Rotting Aura. Deal 1 damage to each damaged character in this space. Dun, dun, dun. It is not good on defense, though. 1 defense for each. Go, go, Dreddy, says Splutty.
What? Why are you rooting for him? Root for us.
So, we are going to shuffle and draw initiative cards again, leaving out BDF because there's only ACE now.
So does the time tick for this?
So, add a dread zombie to the center space of the tile. Advance the time tracker by 1.
Alrighty.
And complete another combat. So, wizard, cleric, rogue. Yay!
You're close. I'm basically last. I could switch with rogue, but it's probably fine.
Yeah.
So this is a new combat for those. I get my
is
dagger back.
a new combat.
I got my dagger back. Yeah.
This is 4 times per adventure. I don't know why I turned that over. It's still good.
Still good. Alright, so he only has 1 defense, so...
That's what I said.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
It's possible.
All right. We got this.
Wizard. He is in Mauriciel's space. I can possibly get him over to you. Well, Force Bolt. Deal 1 damage to an enemy in range 1. Pow. That's the Force Bolt. That's not even an action.
That's just yeah.
That's a Tim. Pow.
Pow.
Well, he is in my space. I might as well hit him with the staff. That's a hit.
I mean, pretty good.
Hydraulic push him. And I can move him.
Put him in Valero's space.
I'll do it. All right, 2 damage and a poosh.
Yeah.
Poosh.
I mean, dang. He's like dead.
He
easy.
He's
gonna be, before he even gets to act, we're gonna kill him.
Oh, Joe says the final time tracker.
Looks rad.
Yeah.
I know, I saw that. Woohoo.
This, just a prototype. Just imagine how good the real one's gonna look.
Maybe it's a real timer.
Click, click. That was 3. How about cleric?
Put him in the ground.
I am going to do a hurtling stone. If I hit, I move the target into an adjacent space, which means you can deal your attack to
That's
it
correct.
again.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's going to be my space so then I can hit him with a scimitar. Uh-oh. Wah, wah, wah.
But he is
Oh,
only
no,
one.
he is 1.
He's only 1.
I did get him. All right, that's 1 damage.
He don't know.
I don't know.
He weak.
He don't know. And move him into an adjacent space, and then you get yours. Pause as Valeros hits him on the way out. Got him. How many? One?
Yeah, when I roll a weapon attack, I can spend 1 star to deal damage to an enemy in my space. But
Weapon.
Technically, he's gone from the space.
Did I roll a star on that one?
No, you had skulls.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a
star. It was
star.
1 skull. There's my scimitar. Boom, that's 7. Rogue. Rogue. Don't forget your dagger.
Dagger, once per comment. As an action, deal damage. Boom.
Boom, up to 8.
And now I'm going to roll a weapon attack. Well, he's not in my space.
Gotta get there.
So I get 1 roll.
It's good. Star skull.
When you roll a weapon attack, you can spend 1 star to move 1 space at the end of my turn. No, I'll just stay. Man, I stink.
Fighter. Valeros. You gotta be in the spot.
Weapon attack.
You gotta be in the spot.
I gotta be in the spot.
Running into that's 1 action.
Yeah.
Second action. All you gotta do is hit him. Didn't even get a chance. Boom.
It's because she is so useless. So bad. Can't roll.
Rude.
At least I got the one. I mean. Nice. Well,
Joe, you can blame all of the games like this that we have played, where we tactically have to push and pull and everything.
Well, might as well use this once per round. I mean, if you can't move somebody out of my space.
Exactly.
Especially
Why
if
not?
you have the ability to move people.
So, after the fight is over, place challenge token. Okay, after a combat, you will sometimes want to spend some time to remove damage. But maybe we can't because there might be 2 combats like we just had.
Right.
We can't heal up between those 2 combats.
Right.
So.
Back to back.
Right. So we could do it afterwards. We've got some exploration challenges we could do. Place challenge tokens A and B as shown on the exploration map. We've got A and B. B in the corner.
I don't know where A went off to. Oh, it's upside down.
So, again, we spend 1 time and we can, and we can do stuff. So, in addition, we can spend a moment to ask about the town of Falcon Hollow and its history. This does not cost time. Of course we're going to do that. Why would we not do that?
I think we should spend some time.
Yeah, but this does not cost time. The townsfolk look shaken by the sudden appearance of the dead, and when you ask them about this, they explain that it is far from a regular occurrence in Falcon's Hollow. A local lumber consortium runs the small community, and while the boss, Tholdrin Creed, has never gotten along too well with the local sheriff, Deldrin Baleson, that has not prevented them from working together to ensure the safety of this town and its inhabitants. The only real trouble the town has faced over the years is from wild animals and the monsters that sometimes inhabit the old dungeon on the other side of the Dark Moon Vale, a place called Droskar's Crucible. So, with the last of the undead dispatched, there's time to survey the square and assess the damage. A character can roll Perception to look around. After you roll, choose 1 entry with a number equal to or less than your result that hasn't already been chosen, and read the corresponding entry. A character skilled in thievery can choose 2 entries the first time they attempt the challenge. On B, we've got gathered townsfolk. A small group of concerned townsfolk are engaged in a heated but hushed discussion. You can try to talk your way into the conversation, or you can just quietly listen in. You're going to need diplomacy or stealth. That's Ezrin all day long. So,
I get 4 dice for stuff.
If a character's ancestry card says they are a local and they attempt the challenge, instead of rolling, they just read entry 31, which is interesting. So, after we agree we've spent enough time on the encounter, we read the adventure conclusion. And I'm not going to spoiler any of that. And I'm not going to spoiler most of the perception treasure loot.
There's some good stuff.
Because there's some really good stuff to get. We will pretend like we're doing some of this. So if I'm going to go up to 4 on time.
Right.
Everyone gets an action.
Right.
Once per time spent, when a character uses recover, they remove 2 extra damage. That's Kira's toolkit. But look, we cleared most of it. 1, 2, 1, nothing. Mm-hmm. I thought we were headed straight for the hospital, but no.
I mean, she still got 2 damage. But
so, Ezrin adding 2 dice to diplomacy, which is 3. He needs 3 or more. I think he gets 10 or 8.
I think that's really good. It's better than 3 skulls and 1 dot.
The townsfolk are bandying about many theories about what prompted this undead attack, but the most popular holds that this is just the vanguard of what must be a recently unleashed horde, likely controlled by some horrible creature or magic. Some even point to a nearby sealed dungeon called Droskar's Crucible as a likely source of these undead abominations. The townsfolk go on to tell you several legends and stories about the haunted ruin. Record Crucible legends and remove the token.
Ooh.
So, then we've got Exploration A. Mauricio gets 2 entries. You get to roll perception. That's 3 for perception.
Let's go. So I go over to A.
You go over to A. You will get to choose 2 entries, unfortunately, of 2 or less. If you roll a 4, zombie charm. 3, skeleton loot. 2, dropped satchel. 2, remains. 1, calm horses. 1, injured villager. 0, ranger. 0, broken hourglass. 8 different entries. You would get any 2 except the top 2. And if you really, 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 really try hard enough, you can do so, but it might cost you some time. Between all of us, we would have, Ezrin is gone, we would have Mauricio, Valeros, and Kira to get 2, 3, 4 total items, maybe. And the question is, do you take an extra time to do something?
For sure.
So, once we have decided we've spent enough time, we will end the adventure. And here's where the really cool part of Pathfinder Quest really shines. While the immediate danger to Falcon's Hollow appears to be over, the town's citizens fear that an even greater undead horde might soon fall upon them, threatening the lives and safety of all who live in the otherwise peaceful vale. 2 paths lie before you.
Uh-oh.
You can remain in town and work to fortify the ferry dock, ensuring that the town can escape across the River Foam if more undead arrive. Or you can venture out into undead-infested woods to try to find Stovara Sparkbrow, a cleric of Torag who knows a great deal about undead. You cannot do both. But fortunately, you have help. Nishiel Yadril, the itinerant ranger, offers to take up the other task that your party does not choose. But you can't do both.
I want to do both.
So, that is really cool in that if you do 1A, you're not doing 1B. So you've got some replayability in these scenarios, which I think is fantastic.
Yes. I think we stay in town. We level up. We get more stuff. Maybe. Who knows?
No, we don't level up yet.
But if we stay in town...
Each character will be level 1 at the start of Adventure 1. You might level up later, because as you see, these characters have extra sides to them, but wait, that's not all.
There's so many. Can we become a level 4 at some point? Yeah! That's me!
I knew you'd love to see that one.
Well, yeah.
You might be wondering, how many different sort of creatures are there?
There's a lot. There's a lot.
I mean...
There's a lot.
There's a lot. It's a lot.
A lot of game here.
A lot of game. All the different, character types. There's a ton of character types, and, they each can level up. This is totally right up my alley. I cannot wait to play through it, and then play through it again, taking completely opposite choices.
And different characters.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, it's fun.
You and I have played about 1.2 million games, and if you know us, you know we don't play repeat games. We have played 1.2 million games of Pathfinder adventure card game, also from Paizo.
We have played a lot of Pathfinder.
And it is, we play hundreds of games a year, right? Like 600 new ones every year. Pathfinder adventure card game is in my top 10.
Probably higher for you.
Probably top 5. So I have a good bond with all of these characters. And I can play Pathfinder ACG over and over and over and over again. With what you get in these adventures, you could homebrew your own adventures. You've got tons of map tiles that you can create and change to create your own Pathfinder quest adventures. What would be stopping someone? I mean, this is like a miniature role-playing game.
Well, yeah.
You could homebrew your own stuff completely.
All right, easy.
Yeah, for sure. I am...
Just danged up that card.
Uh-oh. I am totally on board with this. It's a prototype. It'll be fun. Yeah, totally on board with Pathfinder Quest. Final thoughts?
I think it's great. I love that you don't have to create your own character, but you can. Because I'm the kind of person, like, give me something and I want it all just... You give me a choice of cards, which is nice, but I don't want to try and plan out every single card that I have.
Yeah, even amongst rogues, you could be a thief rogue, you could be a stealth rogue, different types, You could be an acrobatic rogue and not thievery,
Yeah, so there's all these different types of, even one class that you could do, and I love that. And I love how they walk you through it. It's fun to learn a game that way.
Yes.
So hopefully you enjoyed learning it that way with us. So, I don't know. I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
I think this is just the start to something.
I know, we just played the intro game.
Well, not just that, but this box is just the start to a lot of fantastic adventuring.
Well, that's what we loved about Pathfinder Adventure Card Game. There's always, like, another box or a new, like... more stuff, and so I anticipate they'll do that here, but I don't know.
Jelfia says, this looks so good, I might have to back it before it's too late. Be sure to click that link for the Pathfinder Quest launch party going to Backer Kit on September 16th.
Yeah, a couple days.
2 days.
I know.
From
couple
now.
Couple days.
So
Joe enjoyed watching us and watching us not die. Hey, It could have happened.
I
With
mean,
my rolling,
it was
happen.
looking really bad there for a second.
It could have happened.
But you know what? This intro adventure also gives you the chance to go, oh yeah, I could spend a star to get an extra damage. I can launch a force bolt to do extra damage to ease you into when it really gets difficult. Man, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's super good. We love it.
That's Pathfinder Quest from Paizo.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed this teach and playthrough and you want to see more just like it, be sure to find our YouTube channel. Just search for Board Gamer Steph, where we have all sorts of videos. We got 1,800 videos of teaches, playthroughs, game overviews, weekly recaps, and everyone's favorite, our monthly and yearly top 10 videos, where we break down the top 10 games we play every single month. Or even better, you can join all these people where we stream live on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph. We stream every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, and we bring you 3 games and usually a whole lot more every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we play all the games.
And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.